Hey guys, Mordred here. Just wanted to do an update on my Forbidden Rite character and see where we're at, right? So on the first I'm gonna go over path building. One we have it set to Guardians and Pentacles, but we can set it to Uber if you want. We're still like at 1.1 million Uber DPS, Uber Pinnacle Boss DPS, and Guardian we're like at 3.7, which I'm really excited about. Um, that's with our Forbidden Rite. Um, with shocking, and I'll get into that here in a second. Poison, it's so easy to get 20 stacks of poison. Um, what a stack, if we want to, we can drop it down. We're still at 3 million. Um, and again, we recently applied 20 poison stacks again, and that's so easy, especially now, right? Um, this is what a tree is currently looking like, right? That's where we're at with it so far. We're going to be picking up this node right here for faster cast and damage or crit multiplier, right? So that'll help out with our poisons quite a bit. For skills, our Forbidden Rite, we'll include a full DPS so you can see what the Forbidden Rite is doing along with full poison DPS. It's looking real nice, real nice. Anyway, on to the major changes we've done. Uh, which I will switch to actual character, and I will drop this POB, this updated POB. I still have one that says goals. I'm gonna update that because obviously we're taking those points right there, right? Um, so I'll say what I feel like we're gonna do and um where we're at, and I'll upload that and have it in the link down below. All right. But anyway, enough about that. Let's move this over here. So, things we've actually done with the character. Um, and some of the stuff I might have gone over in my stream, but for those of you that didn't watch the stream, it's a very long stream, so you're probably not going to watch it. Let's go over what we did. We got a new wand. Decided to go ahead and go with a profane wand because this build really benefits from stacking cast speed, right? So we got one wand with +1 all chaos, 26% increased cast speed, and then the wand itself, the base, gives you 14. So we're looking at 40% increased cast speed from there. We got a second ring that gives you um, life on hit with spells, and we gave plus quality. So 15 for every enemy hit with our spells, and then this one gives us 10. We were finally able to switch out of our setup with life leech, which is why we don't have that on here. We replaced life leech on hit with void manipulation. And there's several reasons for that, and I'll go over that also here in a moment. So since we were able to get out of that, we were able to get a amulet with life, resist, and cast speed. I wanted this to have +1 to chaos, but that's really expensive. So we went ahead and went with cast speed at the time, and the reason I say it's really expensive is because we spent 4.5 divines. The jewel just kept going up, and I went ahead and put everything I had into it. So the jewel we got was a perfect rolled 30 life per enemy hit while affected by vitality. I went for this one because the regular one was just 4 for a non-perfect roll, so what's extra half divine? It wasn't. I just feel like it was just worth the extra life per hit, right? So that's why we're a little broke right now. We haven't had any big drops. We haven't had any divines drop. I've been on a bit of a losing streak when it comes to finding things, right? So anyway, put everything we had into the jewel. We're able to finally get an amulet that actually did something for us. We also got a helmet with +1 projectiles on it for Forbidden Rite. And this one came out of steel, I feel like. I think I picked this up for like, I want to say it was like like 15 or 20 chaos, maybe even 40 chaos. It was nowhere near what I feel was worth the helmet was worth, just for just the base with 92 life and mana, a resist, spell suppression, and an open suffix, right? So yeah, actually this has open suffix and open prefix. So this one was really nice. We picked it up for really cheap. We rolled on it until we got 4% damage increase, 4% increased damage per power charge. Usually nice for us, considering we run with 6 power charges. And we're working on the Eater of Worlds one, so we're working on that one. Oh, and also on the amulet we got +1 to minimum endurance charges that had open suffix. And those are all the really big changes here, right? We made this our Flazer. We use that data flash effects. We got +57 to maximum power charges on this, so we can use the Ruby Flash twice. And that was it for the gear. Yeah, that's it for the gear. Now for the skills themselves, that's what we look like when we reserve everything. And if you notice, I am no longer reserving Zealotry. I went ahead and took Zealotry off. The reason I took Zealotry off is so I can put Blasphemy support to Pearl Chains on, and that way I can level up Vitality. So it's at level 16 for more life regen. And we put Zealotry on a Divine Blessing support. Now, originally I had this linked up with Malevolence. I don't feel Malevolence does much. I think we're more of a crit build. And our Malevolence does more damage, or not Malevolence, our Forbidden Rite poison, or the poisons that come from our skills do better with the harder they hit, right? So they do more damage based off of the crits that we do. So I feel like Zealotry is a better choice. And it just lets our Forbidden Rites just hit a lot harder, right? So yeah, so that's what we're doing with Divine Blessings. It's only at level 11. Anything more than that right now anyway. The plus to mana cost, it would be too much for us to cast with our energy shield. So probably something I'm going to do, or I've been thinking about rather, is picking out the master here to get 3% mana as extra energy shield, so we can maybe level up the Divine Blessing, and then we get increased aura effect. But really, it's only like 1% increased aura effect for every level at this point. Cause I believe it starts off like a 10% increased aura effect, and then every level just gives you one more, roughly. Or maybe it's like every level gives you a half of a percentage. Not quite sure. Either way, I'm kind of on the fence about it because I don't think the mana cost supports the investment for just 1%. I think we're good at 20% increased effect. And I think it'd be better to spend that point on a life node here and then reduce the reservation efficiency of vitality by 100%. So it'll be like half off, right? And we get some of our mana back. And then maybe we can level up precision some more, right? Or maybe eventually we take off the precision and move something else over here. Or maybe have like a 3-link temporal chains. Not quite sure. I don't think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to leave it as that. And probably just anoint. That's the word. Anoint our amulet with Whispers of Doom, which is a little expensive, with 3 gold oils, which is like 120 chaos roughly last I checked. At least yesterday. It was 120 chaos to do that. It's probably going to be like 150 at this point with my luck, or more. And that way we can cast our Assassin's Mark when we're fighting bosses, and it'll have the Pearl Chains and Assassin's Mark on them. Or we might just go with Despair, just because I think we might have enough crit. So I might just switch this out with Despair and see how that works. Because I don't think we need extra Ruler Strike chance. But the multiplier is nice, so for bosses. So who knows? I'll neither here nor there. We'll figure that out. Like I said, we're not using life leech anymore. We switched to void manipulation. When I had switched this out, I actually kept the energy leech on because I was feeling really squishy still. So I actually was about to be done with this build because it really wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. So then I realized, well, I do a lot of damage to myself. Oh, I realized two things. One, I'm an idiot because I had leveled up my Mortal Call past my cast one damage taken. So my Mortal Call actually wasn't going off. But so I set off the Mortal Call myself because Forbidden Rite does damage to us. I can trigger something else. So I went ahead. There's another reason why I dropped some of my auras. I went ahead and 3-linked this with a ball lightning. Reason being, ball lightning fire slow and it periodically does damage to enemies in the area. And because it does that, we're getting that extra amount of damage per hit, right? And if you look on our path of building, right here, we gain 2,400 roughly on hit, which is really nice. So that means with our Forbidden Rites hitting and the ball lightning hitting, we're getting a lot of life back. We're getting over half of our life per hit back or being returned to us. So once I put in the ball lightning, then the skill opened up because of the fact that we gain life on hit. The more spells that we're hitting with, the more life we're gaining back. Technically, the tankier we are, right? And it also helps when our Mortal Call is actually active. So that helped us out a lot. So we might go for a 4th link. We might drop precision for another spell just so that we can have another spell hitting and gaining more life back as we go. But for right now, I think this is fine with everything else that we're doing. What else is there to talk about here? I think that's really about it. This was the big thing. This is what let us be tanky, and made the Watcher's Eye worth it. So that way we can remove our life leech on hit. Because while that was working, there's a limitation to it, and the limitations I found to it is the fact that there are monsters out there that say you cannot leech life from them, and we can't leech life from them. Then we're kind of dead in the water unless there's more mobs around them. But I believe those mobs also have a thing of like an aura that says we cannot leech life. So that was killing us a lot. Especially we ran out of like our life potions and we weren't able to kill the mob. So that was killing us a lot. It was fine for like white and yellow maps, and even some red maps it was fine. But when you run into those mobs and you really run into tanky mobs that are really resistant to you, it's hard to kill them and survive at the same time. So it does not help us out, or it's not really doing us any favors once we get past like T10 maps. Once you get past T10 maps, you really do need the Watcher's Eye jewel that I have now. So that's kind of where this limitation hit. You could probably push further than that with the other Watcher's Eye jewel, the one that we were running that had increased recovery rate for like 15%. It's not bad, but that's kind of what stops this build from really shining through early on. So if you don't have that jewel, it sucks. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with Life Leech. Aside from that, it did fine. It held us over until we got it right. So the Watcher's Eye jewel is a requirement for this build, unfortunately, and for whatever reason, it's really expensive. I don't know why it's expensive. I don't know what a builder using it that I'm aware of. Someone knows, let me know. But yeah, that's a requirement. What else is there? I think that's about it. I guess I can do a quick map showcase if you guys want to watch that. I'll do that now. Just so you guys can see. Maybe I'll get a divine while doing this.
Just need a moment to catch my breath. No on mine.
Oops. So the main reasons that we die is, one, I die because I'm a bad player. There's that. There's no making up for being a bad player, right? Doing stupid things, or you know, I try to test my might against certain mobs that I probably shouldn't. Soul Eater mobs, they hurt. I just hate Soul Eater mobs in general. We want to keep our Zealotry up whenever we can. I did put up an aura effect on Zealotry just so that I'm not having to look up all the time. I can just kind of watch the screen, see what my character's doing. So if I see the Void Emperor aura effect up, then I know I have it, and then once it goes away, then I know I need to recast it. And one wasted point that we do have, I'm not gonna say it's wasted, I'm kind of on the fence about, is actually Ghost Dance. Because we don't actually gain any benefit from it outside of constantly regenning our ES. But our ES regens normally no matter what. There we go. I think I just deposited my portal scrolls. That's unfortunate. Oh, something else I forgot. Blood Rage. We're also running Blood Rage because frenzy charges equal faster casting, and we like faster casting, as I stated earlier in our video. This is only a T12 map. I could go higher. I'm just trying to level. That's the big thing right now, because points are king. So we're done here. I'm not gonna bother. I am just trying to level, so I haven't been like really pushing it into maps. But I mean, we could do a T16 for whatever reason, I guess. There. Because I am using... Alright, I am expecting the betrayal, so they can just kind of show up pretty easily.
No on mine. Just need a moment to catch my breath.
go. And also the boss probably could have died a lot faster if I had put the mark on, the assassin's mark on there. I'm also thinking of just playing around with Despair as the Aura of Choice instead of the Pearl Chains. The Pearl Chains just lets our... I feels really good for bosses because when we need to run away, since our poisons last longer, which is also a reason why our poison DPS is really high. Since our big poisons last longer, when we're having to run away, the boss is constantly taking damage, right? So it'd be good for like bigger bosses like Searing Exarch or Eater of Worlds or whatever the case is when we get to those stages. But Despair will allow us to just do more damage in general. So I'm not really quite sure which one. Temporal Chains also just another layer of defense because they are attacking slower than we're obviously going to be taking less damage and gives us more time to run away, right? So, yep, that's my build showcase for you guys. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I'll leave the path building in the description. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun just trying to make this work. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.